I've got my camera on. I'm taking Bella for a walk, and I've got my camera on just in case I get any problems with people, because I do when I take her out. There's people sitting down, so I'm going to have to leave her on the lead today. She's too unruly. Even though she's been trained for many, many years. This is an example, right, of a dog. Bella is a good example. You know when they say you see an unruly dog and you say, oh, she's not trained. This is a good example of a dog that is trained but is still unruly, even though, and people say, oh, you haven't trained her properly then, this, that. No, there are some dogs, right, that you can't train out of certain things. And Bella, her drive is so high that when I let her off the lead, a long lead, I have to make sure there's no one around. And today there's a lot of people around, so I'll just keep her on the lead and keep her trained. You can hear her whining. Look, she wants to get off and play the ball, but I can't trust her, unfortunately, because she's looking at that dog. She's been trained. She is now 8 years old, and she's been trained. The one thing I got out of her is her when she was a baby. I managed to get the running after. Look, here's a long grass. I managed to get the running after bikes. She used to run after bikes, and like if they were prey, and she wanted to grab them and catch them. That's the one thing that I managed to get out of her, but it's just impossible. Sometimes it's just impossible to get everything out of a dog that you want. And sometimes you just have to accept certain things about your dog. If you're going to get a type of dog like this, which is a Presa Mastiff, the Presa Canario in her makes her just so high drive. And so you just have to manage her more than try and get it out of her. You can't get it out of her. You're alright? She's a Presa Mastiff. Presa Canario Mastiff. She's just, girl, she's just mad though, high drive, do you know what I mean? Bella, stop it, stop. So, oi, stop it. So when you're taking a dog like this for a walk, you have to expect to keep on the lead in certain places, you know. And it's more because I'm protecting her rather than anybody else. Because in the society today, it's crazy, isn't it? People are just scared of dogs. People are stupid when it comes to some dogs. And so it's really me protecting her. There's one thing I wanted to say, right? I can't let you off the lead, bub. Yesterday when I brought her out here, I was able to let her off the lead because there was nobody here. There's one thing I want to say, right? Oi, stay there, stay. I don't know if you can see those bits of grass. Stay. Oi, stop it, Bella. I have to be firm on her like that. I don't know if you can see those bits of grass there, right? But in some parks, they don't cut them. And like here, there's areas where it's grown long. And what happened is yesterday she brought one back to my house. I found it on the sofa. I was so shocked. So, yeah, just be careful of those bits of grass, you know, because I've heard the stories about it. I just didn't think it would happen to me. I thought I was vigilant. You know what I mean? I thought I was vigilant enough. But in this particular park, they leave certain areas with high grass. So you're at risk, your dog is at risk. So I just try and keep her away from anything like that. The high areas, you know. Anyway, so what I was going to say is, if any of you, do you want to go poo-poo, Bella? If any of you know about my dog, we can't. You're not trustworthy. You're not trustworthy, Bob. Just stay there. Stay. You're definitely not trustworthy. In like now, I've had to come out in the evening because when I'm letting her run, during the day, she's scraping all her paws. So I've had to let her out in the evening. So it's cooler, but there's too many people around, you know what I mean? So I can't even really throw the ball for her. So we're just going to walk. Walk on, Bella. We're just going to have a walk. Walk on. Walk on. Walk on. But yeah, I've had my fair share of idiots in the park that feel uncomfortable with your dog, even though your dog is fully under control and their dog isn't, because it's running up to your dog. And turning on me like as if I'm the problem because I don't want their dog to come and play with my dog. And yeah, that's something that I've experienced quite a lot of. So I just try and stay away from everybody in the park and keep my dog under full control. As you should, but do you know what I mean? People are just can be irritating, man, when it comes to you having a bigger dog. So we'll just go for a pleasant walk rather than a run with the ball. I was hoping to throw the ball for her, but I can't really. It's not possible. But I've had so many run-ins like, oh, good girl. She's doing a poo. She's pooing. I've had so many, wait, Bella, wait. Bella, wait. 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 Look what she's doing, look. Nutter. Right, stop, just behave, alright? Behave. Just behave. Let's pick it up, shall we? Let's pick up the nastiness. Oi, oi. Just behave, Bella. Right, walk on. Let's put this in the bin somewhere. Where is the bin? There's a bin over there. So anyway, that's why I wear a camera now. I use a camera because I've had too many situations with people where I'm not doing anything wrong and they're acting like as if I have done something wrong just because they don't like the dog. So I wear a camera every time I walk, like literally every time I go for a walk. Right, wait there, wait. Come on, let's go back the other way. Go on, walk on. Have you got stuff on you? Stay there. Right, walk on, Bella, because I'm concerned about these. I'm concerned literally about these bits of grass. There's a lot of it around here, man. A lot of grass. A lot of this stuff. Let's go on the pavement. You can't. I'm sorry, Bella, but you're not having it. We're not walking. We're not playing the ball. There's too much of this grass around here, man. Come on, walk on. I think it's better for us to come earlier, even though it scrapes your feet. Even though it scrapes your feet, it's better for us to come earlier. The amount of times that I've had to call people and say, can you call back your dog? And then they look at you to say your dog's aggressive because you don't want to play with their little fluffy dog. But it's like, no, I've had a fluffy dog and I know what it's like, how problematic it can be with bigger dogs. So I don't really want my dog getting into trouble because of their fluffy dog. Basically, I'm always protecting my dog. Always. Right, let's go where there's no... I think sometimes that people do think that you don't have to protect your dog when you've got a bigger dog, but you actually do. because their fluffy dog would normally just come and charge your dog barking and expect your dog to just put up with it. And a lot of the time bigger dogs don't. Come on, walk on. And so you have to protect your bigger dog from the little small dogs. Because if you don't, you could end up with a dog that people will complain about and blame you for it, or whatever it is. And I've done it enough times to know. Sweetie, I don't want you in the grass. I don't want you in the grass, Bella. Just walk, right? We're just going to have a short walk. There's too many people. Far too many people. Yeah, so walk on, Bella. Walk on. I will get back to focusing on her walking training and that. I will get back to that because we have been out of it, and as you can see, look at the way she's walking. She's a mess. As you can see, I'm sure you can see what a mess she actually is. She's just going from side to side, but that's because I stopped the training. And like with a dog like this, you have to like train constantly. It just never stops, man. So I mean, getting a Presa. What, you know, I was looking on Gumtree. If you've been watching, right, you know I've lost my dog. I'm not looking to get another dog, probably until next year, right? And what I'm thinking about getting is a bull herder. So I've been on Gumtree looking to see what there is, and I've noticed there's quite a few Presa crosses on there. People rehoming them at 7 months, 9 months, whatever. Their circumstances have changed, or there was one in particular that I thought was really telling about this. She said that I think it's a she. She said that her dog was getting too. It was a Presa cross staff, right? Her dog was getting too big and too energetic. It was 7 months old, and it was too big for her kids. And she knew it was a Presa staffy. Do you know what I mean? So I think people just think that if you cross a Presa with a staffy, you're just going to get a staffy. But it's not the case all the time. And like with my dog, for instance, she's more kind of mixed staffy. She's more like a mixed staff, right? You can see Presa in her when you look at her body form. Oh, hey, stop it. When you look at her body form and things like that, you can see Presa in her. But when you look at her generally, she looks like a big staff with fluffy fur. Do you know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is that with her personality, she came out more Presa Canario than staffy. Whereas with my boy, he was a staffy British Bulldog. He came out more British Bulldog personality, but he had more of a staffy body. So you don't know what your crossbreed is going to come out like. Stop it, Bella. And some people think that when they go and get that sort of working breed dog, they can treat it like a baby, like their baby. Like you see some dogs, some parents, I call them parents, they call themselves parents. You see these dog owners and they call their dogs babies because their dogs are babies. But when you get a working type breed, you can't call it a baby, you can't treat it like a baby. It's just not a baby. It will never be a baby. And if you treat it like a baby, you'll end up with a spoilt dog. And that's the reality of it. So what I'm trying to say is, when people go for a particular type of dog, like this woman that was giving her dog away on Gumtree, she probably thought if she gets a staffy mix Presa, it'll be like a staffy, like a cuddly baby. So the point that I'm making, a long time ago I did a video about getting a Presa Canario staff, and I was trying to say to people, yes, they are energetic, yes, they're fun, yes, they're high drive, yes, they're agile. You see some of the videos of this girl and you can see that she's very special when it comes to her agility, right? But she's also a nightmare. She's like a high drive nightmare. And if you're not ready for it, you'll want to rehome her like that woman that rehomed her 7-month-old. Anyway, it's just a quick one because I was just taking her for a walk.